Hey, so I'm Placester as part of my top 10 companies that make real estate websites in 2020. And I've already done an in-depth Placester review from 2017 where I actually have a license and I went in and I really give you a deep dive into how these websites operate. And if you're interested in the real nitty-gritty, I suggest that you look on my YouTube channel and find that review. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert Newman. I am a real estate marketing tech founder. I've been in the real estate industry for 13 years on the real estate marketing side, and I have a lot of knowledge. You've probably already looked at my channel. I've done a lot of real estate SEO projects. I've launched about 2,000 real estate websites, and interestingly enough, of all those projects, I've been building those projects on the same platform that Placester is building these websites. So you could definitely consider me to be an expert in this arena. So having said that, what we're looking at is we're looking at an example of a Placester website. And what I'm going to quickly outline for you is since I've already done a Placester like company review and product review, I'm not going to focus on that so much. I'm going to talk about some of the differences between Placester and some of its nearest competitors, which is like Real Geeks and Easy Agent Pro. And I'm sticking to real estate website companies that have a big install base. There's many, many other companies out there. People are always messaging me on this channel, asking me about Neighborly and all these guys. And it's not that they might not be great solutions. It's just they're very small companies doing a very small amount of business. Now, Placester has 300,000 or 400,000 real estate websites that have been launched, which makes them the biggest real estate website company in the United States. That's number one. Number two, over the last few years, they've been chipping away at addressing some of the big problems that Placer's had, which you may or may not know, which is they grew so fast that they had a lot of customer service issues. They still have customer service issues, but they're getting better. Okay, these reviews are getting better. It would appear that they're improving. My 2017 review talks about an experience that I had with their customer service team, and just based on how many customers they took on and how fast they did it, the fact that they're still kind of ramping down their marketing. They're not trying to get to the tops of the search engines the way they once were, and that tells you something. Hold on one second, I'll show you. See what I mean? So that they have actually lost about 20% of their audience over the last 2 or 3 years. And they have one of the most talented content marketers in all of real estate. They have Seth Price running their marketing team. And there's very few people out there that could convince me that they haven't intentionally like kind of throttle back a little bit in terms of customer acquisition. And the only reason that you do that is if your back end systems are not in place. And considering how fast they decided to grow, I would think that they're still deeply in the process of re-engineering their customer experience. That is important for you, a person who's considering buying a Placester website, or if you happen to have opened this review out of curiosity and you already own a Placester website, because they still have to provide support for 400,000 customers or 200,000, whatever the number is, and nobody really has complete access to that, and they haven't published anything lately that says how many customers they have. But this is going to impact your experience with them as a customer. Be aware of the fact that they have a shoddy history, a shaky history, I think is a better word, with customer service, and it's a little bit rolling the dice. Now, having said that, if you're comparing Placester to Easy Agent Pro and Real Geeks, you're going to discover that Placer's slightly less expensive. All right, this is their pricing. $99 a month on the Agent Pro side, $99 setup, $199, $199 with yearly options to just pay the whole damn thing up front. And it comes out to be about a $200 discount here and maybe a $300 or $400 discount here. It's not huge, but it's something. But they're already inexpensive in comparison to everybody else. As a matter of fact, you can't even get an IDX broker subscription for less than $80 a month, which is just an IDX. So Placester is giving you a real estate website. They're giving you access to searches, and they're doing it all for about $100 a month, which is an incredibly low price. So in terms of price and comparing Placester to Easy Agent Pro or Real Geeks, they're the hands down winner, okay? No doubt about it. But what about value? Well, it depends on what you're trying to use the website for. All right. Placester is marketing itself as an all-in-one real estate lead generation solution. And it's definitely, if it is that, then it is one of the least effective options that I've done case studies for um, out in the real estate market, because I have gotten licenses and used uh, Placester, Real Geeks. I have not used Easy Agent Pro, but I have researched them meticulously and talked to agents that are using them. And so what you're trying to get to when somebody says that they have an effective platform is how many visitors turn into a registration, which is what is a lead for you, and then how many of those registrations can you actually get in touch with? Because a lot of the more popular real estate lead generation solutions have backend tools that kind of automate that follow-up process. And so your rate of contact on a lower quality lead will be higher on more expensive systems. That's basically their primary selling value over something like this. You're not going to get any of that with Easy or with Placester, which means that your rate of contact is probably going to be very low unless you happen to be incredibly organized and have some other tool plugged in, such as Follow-Up Boss. In terms of do you own the website, which is something I always talk about, so important that you understand what the differences between owning and not owning is. So even though Placester has still building their websites, this is a recent example. And you can see here, not that this is going to mean a lot to all of you watching the review, but you're watching the review because I know what it means. And this is saying that they're still building their websites on Placester, or I'm sorry, on WordPress. What does that mean? Like, what is it? Why does that matter? Well, WordPress is a open source content management system that runs 22% of the websites that are published on the web. That is an extraordinarily big number, millions and millions and millions, okay? So even though they've built this website on a really good content platform, the reason that WordPress is so exciting is it allows you to do things like do SEO on the site with plugins that kind of tell you what to do. And it makes a lot of really complicated things really easy. That's it with WordPress. When somebody's building these sites and not giving you ownership, they're deciding how you're going to use this incredible platform. And these guys have done it pretty well. They have a Yoast SEO plugin, which they probably have on all of their sites. And that's about the only plugin that they've got, the schema plugins. And these are things that help Google read the site correctly. They're very basic SEO and site readability tools, and that is good. But Placester is going to rely upon you to put the content into the site, and then they're going to say to you, but I control whether or not you move that content. Now, they'll tell you that they'll say yes to moving the content, and they very well might. But like I said, they have this shaky history with customer service. So the trick is, can you get a hold of a customer service rep? Are you going to follow the guidelines of the company? And then will they allow you to move your content from one place to another should you decide to want to use WordPress differently? Now, if they do all of those things, then this becomes a really good starter website because you could learn to blog on it, and then eventually you could move when you knew what you were doing. You've gotten used to some very basic tools, and now maybe you're ready for something intermediate or advanced, and now you can move all of your information from this platform to another WordPress platform, and you could do it with the click of a button with like a WordPress developer that had a relatively small level of skill. There's a lot of ifs in there, though, and I'm sure you've noticed that. So when I talk about Placester versus, let's say, Real Geeks or Easy Agent Pro, here's exactly how I would talk about it. It's great for beginning agents. It's great for people starting teams. It's not going to give you a very sexy appearance. It's all going to be blocky. You're adding in so this user added in these neighborhoods. You're watching something that these guys put in, and it's obvious that they're trying to utilize this site for SEO, trying to get some organic searches on the site. When you look at what's really been accomplished, though, they don't have a ton. And by the way, just so everybody knows, I picked one of the best, not worst, Placester SEO sites. So I'm picking intentionally a site that these people are attempting to get this strong result, and it is not their fault, but it's not necessarily happening. So you're seeing a lot more neighborhoods added than the average Placer site and things like that. And you'd have to be really incredible at SEO in order to get a strong result, or very lucky off a Placer website. And so once again, it's a very beginner's kind of tool. Easy Agent Pro and Real Geeks both. Easy Agent Pro has more tools in the back end that they're allowing you access to, because once again, you don't own the site, so you're relying upon them and the toolkit that they're giving you. And then you're relying upon one other thing, which is the training. Now, this is where Placester dominates. Placester has the best training in the industry, but they've made it free and available to anybody that chooses to come onto their website and log on, or just look at it. So you don't need to be a Placester client to get access to the Placester information. However, and one of the things that you'll notice, there are a few case studies really dig through here, but there's not a ton of them. You want to know why there's not? In terms of real estate lead generation or results of that nature, this platform does not. It's absolutely the lowest producing platform in comparison to Easy Agent Pro or Real Geeks. So you take everybody that's price equivalent and an established company, and then you compare it against Placester. And no, they are. I don't know what the numbers are. I haven't done a case study in a long time. When I did a case study, it was so frustrating to try to get to what the number of traffic we were running PPC, we're sending into the website. We're having a hard time even getting the leads registered. I'm sure that Placer has fixed some of these problems, but at the time they didn't let me play around with registration all that much. They just dictated to you what registration was on the website. As a person trying to do lead generation, there's all sorts of things that are wrong with that. This is once again where relying upon something that you're buying out of the box, instead of customizing, it sounds good on paper. Every single one of these companies has a great pitch, but not very many of them deliver a product that works. And then if you are forced, let's say you watch some of my tutorials and learn what you should be doing with lead generation, and you contact your company like Placester, everything comes down to responsiveness and customer service. Can you get somebody on the phone? Will they make the changes? And I don't have those answers like about Placester. I don't know if they will do those things. I can tell you for sure, though, absolutely guaranteed, that if you spend enough money and time, you would get to a place where you'd have to send that communication in, because they are giving you a very limited website. But once again, it's a great website. If all you're trying to do is not count on this for lead generation and you need to learn a WordPress website, they are one of the very best options out there. The other one that you could consider would be Easy Agent Pro. So thanks for tuning in for this particular Placester review. Again, I'm connecting it to my blog post, which is the top 10 companies making real estate websites. Once again, I want to be clear. I feel like Placester has a very firm, good place for companies making real estate websites. They have gotten very good at producing these sites. They're very fast, they're reliable. You will get a website up. There's a lot of smaller, less known companies where you might not even get a website once you spent money. So Placester be the best of all the available options if you're looking at lead generation, but if you're just looking to get a site up and you want a reasonable cost attached to it, they're incredible. They're really good. Do me a favor, if you got any information that was valuable to you or that you didn't know, or just that you find useful, hit that thumbs up button. If there's something you think I can improve on, leave it in the comments. I'm very responsive. You can just look at anywhere on my YouTube channel and you'll discover that I respond usually within an hour, no matter what. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video.